Foremost, this is a heck of a win for us. I think that's a really good team. I think they're going to win a lot of games. I have a lot of respect for their program, for Steve. Go back with him a ways, and it's a very proud program. And they forced us to face some adversity, which is really good for us to have to go through that. I thought we got off to a really good start, and I know that we were ready to play. But after about the 11-minute mark, we really did not do a good job of defending them. And they have good players, but our technique on the ball, all of that stuff was not what it normally is for us. And they gained a lot of confidence during that time. We made a big play at the end to take the lead at halftime. I thought our defense was much better in the second half. I think they shot, 30% in the second half? Yep, 30.8. And we held them to 29 points. We still have to do a better job defensively. I thought one of the sparks of the game was Beaver. I thought him, he drove it middle and hit Guillermo for a three, that he made. And then the very next play, in transition, he made a heck of a pass falling down to Guillermo for a dunk. That got the crowd back in it and gave us a little bit of a cushion. And then we were able to make some plays down the stretch. So, heck of a win for us. Really proud of our team. Really proud of the group. This is a game that we can learn a lot from and take it as we move forward.
Damian, they didn't make a field goal for the final 7:46, I think it was. What changed for you guys defensively in those closing minutes?
Really just like what Coach said, like the last 10 or 11 minutes of the first half really was what set the tone for us. Getting stops late in the second half, and really just us taking our matchups personal and doing our best to get stops. Just doing stuff that we weren't doing in the first half, which was getting stops. So really just putting your hard hat on and guarding at that point.
This is for both of you guys. It seemed like they were putting a strong effort to try to get you guys the wrong switches, and one of the things you guys were able to do was fight against that. What was the focus to kind of counteract what they were trying to do in those?
We just had to talk more. The only time we were messing up in switches, both people weren't talking. We just got confused, but they weren't running anything that was necessarily crazy. We just didn't talk through it.
Yeah, pretty much what Cam said. I think we upped our communication up a lot in the second half. We were on time. With all of our talks and all of our switches, we switched underneath, and we contained the basketball. The best of our abilities, and we just made second effort plays.
Damian, you got off to a pretty hot start tonight. Just what did you think was working for you early?
Really just being assertive, being aggressive, just trusting my teammates, to just, let me kind of be free and, just be aggressive early on, and I think just rolling with early momentum after seeing a few go down, you get comfortable a little bit and, the rim gets a little bigger.
Was there a certain mindset did you have that aggressive mindset coming into the game, or was it something you saw with your matchup or anything like that?
Definitely, just coming into the game, just telling myself to just be a little bit more aggressive and, just doing my best to assert myself early on in the game, and, potentially just open up space for my teammates to make plays at the end of the day of it too. So, we all have our turns, we all know we have our days. Everybody's going to eat, so it's just a matter of fact that when it's your time, it's your time.
Cam, when you and Guillermo kind of hit some foul trouble early, what did Zach add coming off the bench for you guys?
Rim protection. He was big time for us. He was X factor. We just told him everything at the rim has got to be his, and he held it down.
Damian, in those huddles down the stretch when you guys were holding them scoreless in the last 7 minutes, what's the vocabulary? What's being said in those huddles?
Get stops, get a kill. That was pretty much it. Taking matchup personal, win. That was pretty much all that was being said.
Okay, good job.
Jeff, how much did Jalen's foul trouble contribute to what happened in the first half?
It hurt us. It hurt us. I think when he went out, I think we were up, 10, and it hurt us. But I thought more than anything, we hurt us because we defensively, we didn't play as hard and smart as we normally do. And I don't know because we were up 12, if we thought it was going to be easy. like I said, they're a prideful program. I thought our defense hurt our offense because we didn't really have much movement on offense. Now, that's an area where we missed Jalen, but really the last 10 minutes of the half, what hurt us the most was our defense.
You guys went on that big run in the second half. Did you feel like that was more from the defense creating for the offense?
I think it was that. I mean, certainly it was that. We started doing different. We went to a stretch there where we switched every ball screen, every DHO. That's something that we've worked on in practice, but we haven't done it. They had a little bit of a smaller lineup because they were dealing with some foul trouble. And so we went to switch, and that helped us. And like Cam talked about, Zach had 8 rebounds. I think they all came in the second half, and he had 5 blocks. And so the impact that he made during that stretch defensively was huge for us.
What kind of energy does 5 blocks bring to the bench? When you see some of them so emphatically.
Yeah, it brings a lot. I mean, Zach has the ability to impact the game in different ways besides scoring. Everyone will look and say, well, he didn't score. He was 0 for 2 or whatever. He had as big of an impact on this game. Same thing with Bibas. Like I told him after the game, I mean, he had a huge impact on the game, and not one thing came from him taking a shot. It was him driving and kicking to the open guy, making the right play. And then in transition, we hit ahead. It wasn't a great pass. I think the pass maybe was for somebody else, but Biba got it. Was in a little bit of a traffic and saw Guillermo. It was a great pass. So 2 passes gave us a little bit of a cushion. And so guys to understand they can have an impact, and you never know when your number is going to be called. That's the other thing. And so he was prepared for the moment. He was excited about it.
What does a win like this do for a team that has some new faces to be able to weather a storm like that?
Well, I mean, I think one of the big things that it does is that it lets us know, like, we're not as good maybe as we think we are. When you win by 40 in the first game, it's been a lot of great stuff being said about us, and that's good. It should. I mean, I think we have a chance to be a good team, but we're not there yet. Like, we have to earn it, and we have to earn it every day, and we have to show up, which they do. But we have to do it for 40 minutes. Like, we can't do it for 9 minutes. We build a lead, and then we think, okay, we can take a rest. We can't do that. So all these things are good. It's better to learn this with winning the basketball game than it is. And we had some game pressure. I mean, I think they went up 3, in the first half, and Jalen's on the bench, and Guillermo's in foul trouble, and so we dealt with some stuff there, and our guys made some plays and figured it out.
What are the big things you need to work on before Monday?
We need to work on everything, man. We need to work on our defense, guarding the basketball, seeing the ball, off the ball, talking to the basketball, all of those things, defense, rebounding the basketball, 5 guys going to do it, not being screened. All of those things we have to work on at a high level. Offensively, moving the basketball a little bit more. They were switching. It was interesting coming in their game they played Monday, and then the games last year, they played a different ball screen coverage today than they played on Monday and they played last year. Last year with their 5-man, they were heavy. I mean, heavy hedge, really aggressive. This year, they did not do that. We had prepared for that, and so we had to make some adjustments to that. The ball didn't move as much because of that, but everything we need to work on.
You talked about
You tried to use Cam and Guillermo together. They start on the court together, but tonight, obviously, with the foul issues in the second half, you had to play them separately. Do you think Guillermo might fit better at that? I know you're trying to work him maybe more a 4 position, but do you think he might fit better? It seemed to work for him tonight when he's playing more.
No, I think he's a good player. I think it works for him wherever. One of the reasons we did that is that they were small. Their starting big guy got hurt. Their other big guy had 4 fouls, I think with about 10 minutes, 11 minutes left in the second half. And so they went with basically a 3-man at the 5. So we just wanted to go down and play that way just for matchups during that time.
You spoke about how their ball screen coverage tonight was different than what they'd shown in the past. How receptive has your team been to in-game adjustments so far?
Yeah, they've been receptive. Again, offensively, I think we're pretty good. I mean, I don't know if we played as well offensively, but we still had 83 points and shot 51%. So I'm not, we need to shoot free throws better. I think we will. I'm more concerned right now. I'm concerned with everything, but really the defense is the part. And again, they're good. All of their guards that they brought in and the kid that they brought back, Wood, they're all conference guys. The guys they brought in were all conference from somewhere else. So they're good players. This was good for us because we're going to play against really good guards going forward, and we have to accept the challenge of sitting down and guarding.
Damian,
Was Amsel available to play tonight?
No, he would have played.
Damian seemed like he had several points, especially early, where he was able to create his shot in the middle kind of forward. Seemed one of the maybe the closest you guys have had to Jamarius doing that. Would you liken that ability to something unique?
Yeah, I've always thought when we recruited him when he left Temple the first time, and that was our thing to him. You remind us of a kid that we had that was a really good player, a first-team All-League guy. I think there are some similarities, around the same size. There's a physicality there. There's a level of toughness. To get to that level of JB, you got to do it all the time because he brought it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
He never got tired, and things like that. Dame, went through a year where he didn't play as much as he did at Temple, so he's got to get that mindset back.
Coach, you mentioned how Eba was faced up against some really good guards on Murray State, and you're going to see some good guards going forward. He was matched up against some good shooters in Terrence and Justin Morgan, who made a lot of threes last game. How did you think about his effort on defense, fighting through screens and whatnot?
I thought it was okay. I thought early in the game, I thought that he didn't pressure as much as he normally does. We need him to be aggressive defensively. He's the guy that we feel like can get after people. I thought he settled in with it. Like I thought in the first half, he got hit by some screens, which is typical for a freshman. He didn't get hit by as many in the second half. When we went up 5 right there, he did get hit the very next play. They got a 3 right in front of their bench where he's got to avoid that screen. But he's learning, and he'll figure that stuff out. Amsa will be available Monday.